Well, hey, look at that. Mr. Greg White, first in with us tonight. Mike Draco right behind him. Draco's out on the cannonball. We saw you there, man. Good to see all you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Sally Cup Holman here with us. Awesome. We can get the show started now. Chris Radick, watching from Nebraska. Steve Henderson. Hey, now. Hey, man, this is Chris with Cycle Source Magazine. I am going to be one of your hosts this evening on Shop Talk. Getting ready to go live in just 3.5 minutes. Good to have all you guys here. Jeremy Sather pulling in tonight. We got a great show lined up for you. Some news, some information, some entertainment. We're going to talk some shit about the stuff we've been doing. All going live in just 3.5. Stick around for Shop Talk. Oh, wait, there's my guy. Big D checking in from Marengo, Illinois. One man. Hey, hey. Walt Lumpkin, greetings from Georgia. What's up, Walt? Jeremy Valentine, Fort Wayne, Indiana. Yeah, it's good to see all you guys. After our Sturgis break, it was good to see everybody back here again in the Dennis Kirk studio. It was especially good to see Mark. Tony Tello Sr. Hey, all Medford, Mass in the house. Mike Draco, yes, in Dayton, Ohio with the Cannonball Riders. Tell everybody we send our love out there. Katie Lone, San Antonio, Texas. Boy, I wish I was in Texas right now. Gus Gray, yesterday was beautiful, 150 miles. Good man, good man. Hard weekend for the United States this week, man. Our hearts and prayers still go out to everybody who had family and friends involved in the tragedy that happened in New York 20 years ago now. It's hard to believe that was 20 years. Unbelievable. Lisa Ballard in the house with us. The Queen of Chop Cult enters the room. Gary Barker, Long Beach, Mississippi. All right, Lance Baxter, Leesburg, Florida. Russ Journey, Kearney, Nebraska. We got a full house tonight, man. It's awesome. 1.5 minutes, and we're going live with this one. Make sure your friends and neighbors know when we go live with an episode of Shop Talk every Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern by hitting the like and share button. Help us get this out everywhere. Sarah Keleman Boggs. Listen, nobody in the world is worse than pronouncing names on this planet than yours truly. So if I get your name wrong, you can hyphonetically spell it out there. Hyphonetically. That means break it up so I can understand it. One man, Western Massachusetts. Rob Doerr from the Indian Larry Block Party this weekend. Awesome, man. One man reminds us, R.I.P. Never forget the tragedy that happened in New York, September 20 years ago. Absolutely. 1 minute, we're going live with Shop Talk. Marty's of Waukegan, Dayton, Ohio. Cannonball. Rip Rap Roadhouse. Right on, man. 1 minute, get ready. Grab something cold to drink, sit back and relax. We're going live with Shop Talk in 1 minute. Oh my God, what would Heather do if I missed the countdown? She'd probably be like,
son of a biscuit eater.
Donald Miller, Houston, Texas. Vicky Wells Schwab, Florida. Robin Higginbottom. Good evening all. Good evening to all you guys. 30 seconds left and we're going live with this one. I guess it's time to get it out of the station and up onto the tracks and get ready to go live with Shop Talk. Here we go. Okay, scooter tramps and chopper jockeys all across the land. It is 9 p.m. almost exactly on the East Coast. That means it's time for another episode of Shop Talk, coming to you live 50 floors below the street level from the Dennis Kirk Motorcycle Studio. Good to see all you guys here. It's been a crazy, crazy time, full of ups and downs this weekend. Obviously, as we were talking about in pre-show, the September 9/11 tragedy, 20 years. Can't believe that's 20 years, right? 20 years celebrating. Well, not celebrating, observing that.
Yeah, celebrate.
I can't believe
might
it
be a
either. It's
bad word.
crazy.
You know, this is everybody was talking about this weekend, but it's not even just that you remember where you were at when that was going on. You remember every single detail because every minute that went by was being documented everywhere, and like you were so present and so aware.
Well, and it felt like every minute was an hour because, you know, especially for people who were waiting to hear from loved ones and were they okay and did they make it, like,
Absolutely.
it's hard, and it's still so real.
First ever on
I guess,
American soil.
20 years
Yeah.
later.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
heavy.
Well, and they were comparing that to Pearl Harbor, which was also on American soil, but not in the continental United States, I guess.
Yeah.
And they were comparing the two, and one of the biggest differences, it was almost comparable as far as the size of the tragedy, the amount of lives lost, but the limiting factor between those two was everyone at Pearl Harbor were service members.
Yep.
You know, men and women that were in the service. These were American civilians, you know, so I don't want to get everybody too bummed out that, you know, talking about that, but it's one of the most significant things I believe in our generation that's happened. It's definitely shaped the future and will continue to. So just wanted to take a minute for that. I know there were a lot of rides this weekend, a lot of people observing that. Got to give some, you know, there's so many people that came in after we got started. But one of them is Ashley Woodford, who says, "Hey there, missed you at Bonneville. We're so bad. Like, look, I'm going to admit to everybody. Can I say this on air, or am I still under sequester to say why we?"
You're under sequester.
Yeah, there was a very good reason why we were in Bonneville, but I'm not allowed to say it on air, I guess.
Ashley, dude, what happened to your eye? She had a detached retina. She had surgery this week on her eyeball.
I hate when that happens.
I hope you're okay. I hope it doesn't hurt too bad. I know you had a little setback, but we've got you in our thoughts. I hope you heal quickly.
Lots of
Cam
oh my
Edwards.
God, look at that. Cam Edwards with us. Steve Broyles is here. Julie from Peoria, Illinois. Look at that. Awesome.
Can I just say how happy I am that we kind of hijacked the Lone Star Rally Facebook page? Because like everybody's here from Texas, and I'm like, yeah, we're coming soon.
Yeah, buddy. Texas is right around the corner.
And we're bringing another show this year.
That's right.
We're going to bring a Twerk Performance Show, our new magazine, and we're going to have that crew.
Keith Kronoff says, "Missed you guys at Carlisle. Maybe see you at Glory Days." So that's something, you know, the guys from Glory Days reached out to us. It's coming up on, what is the date, Heather?
25th,
The 25th, September 25th.
I'm waiting to hear from Milwaukee Mike and a whole band of guys that might be coming down from Milwaukee. So we might actually have an unofficial barbecue party at the house, and if we do, I'm going to put it out.
Way to throw that out to the world, Chris.
I'm going to put it out on social media.
Me about that. No, you are not.
Yeah, I'm telling you now, I am.
No, that's grounds for a little extended vacation.
Hey, look at that! I'm in. So, like I said, lots of stuff going on this weekend. Obviously, the Cherokee Rally was going on. Mr. Pirowitz and everybody down there doing their show. We were lucky enough to spend a little bit of time out at the IMS, the new IMS Outdoor. If any of you guys saw our report, lots of changes at IMS this year. And first and foremost, to talk about the fact that they moved the whole thing outdoors. You know, so everybody, used to experiencing this thing inside the exhibit hall. The whole thing's moved outdoors, and there was, obviously this is the first year of it, so there's going to be some growing pains. I mean, on the one hand of things, Mark, you've done a ton of these with us.
Yeah.
The one hand, it was really cool because all the manufacturers had the ability for people to ride their motorcycles.
Right.
So there was tons of test riding going on. The other part of it was, the fact that there wasn't as much retail stuff. It was kind of, one part got really good, one part might need some work. So we'll see what's up.
Well, as long as the bikes were all there. I mean, that's what it's all about. It's the bikes.
There was a continuous line of people test riding.
There was a lot of test riding. And Heather got to see the new Sportster.
Oh yeah, finally.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
It's quiet. It's quiet.
I'm sure somebody's working on a exhaust system for it.
Mr. Nussbaum is in the house, and I have to tell you, Avery Rick apparently
Has a big fan club,
giant fan
right?
club. Like, hold on, y'all, he's coming.
Yeah, this is actually
Hang
part of the whole
on.
show. So we're getting to them quick. Hey, listen, if this is your first time tuning into Shop Talk, we do this every Sunday, 9 p.m. on the East Coast. You can tune in through any of the CycleSource social media channels. You can catch it after the fact, and this is one of the exciting pieces of news that we have tonight to mention to you guys that we are now up to date. If you're a podcast listener, that's like how you like to listen to the show, you can go to motoshoptalk.com, browse episodes, and our entire 166 episode library is there available for you. You can listen to your heart's content. So check it out.
Yep, you can get it on Spotify, Stitcher, Apple, iTunes.
Google.
And what's Google called now? It's not Google Play anymore.
Google Podcast.
Google Podcast.
Googly podcast.
Googly.
On the Googly podcast.
So they are all up there and ready for your listening pleasure. Or you can always catch them on YouTube.
Yeah,
They
you know,
live forever on YouTube.
a lot of people don't understand that either, that after the show is live, you can watch every episode that's ever been on YouTube. All you have to do is go to the CycleSource YouTube page, check it out, and watch any episode that you want. The guest is always in the headline there, so check it out. I said check it out, right?
Yeah,
You said check it out a time or two, or three.
So listen, like I said, it was a rough weekend. If this is your first time watching Shop Talk, what is it? This is 90 to 120 minutes, all the bullshit we can fit, two-wheeled information and news, some entertainment. We do some interviews, but we start the whole thing off with a little segment we call the news. I have a hard time finding my groove tonight. First up in the news from the Kawasaki camp, and this comes in from MCN. There is scuttlebutt around the Kawasaki camp about a retro motorcycle coming out. They've been putting out teasers. Kawasaki has been teasing us for a few weeks now with a new model using their stomach-turning phrase, "The revolution is coming," on their social media channels. It's expected the bike will be a Z650 RS with Kawasaki adding a retro twist to the budget twin. And the latest video clip gives us the biggest hint yet, with the classic Z650 making an appearance in the background of a chess match, which is cool. Like, a lot of us started on bikes like this. One question I have is, to ride this motorcycle, do I have to have a beard like that? Because that's, for me, I'm just saying, it's a deal breaker. You know, that combined with he's possibly wearing an ascot. I don't know.
Ascot?
I like his sunglasses.
Well,
really? After all that, you have to be Sally Sunshine, huh?
Hey,
scuttlebutt.
that's kind of what you
Scuttlebutt,
think
right?
about
That's
me.
a good word.
I can always find.
I'm
the
expanding my
positive.
vocabulary.
Who's coming to Indian Larry this weekend?
Everybody.
Everybody except us. We're not going to be there, unfortunately.
Losers. Moving
We're
on,
losers.
coming in from the CycleSource news blog that you can check out, cyclesource.com. Firebrand returns from the ashes. Firebrand exhaust and performance parts are under new ownership and excited to bring you their unique brand of exhaust. Building on the popular loose cannon slip-ons for HD touring bikes, they've upgraded the finish and materials to create a muffler designed for durability, power, and of course, real deal sound. You can check the whole story out on cyclesource.com. This is a good sign, man. You know, to talk about that for a second. Getting the idea that the industry is what level of health it's at, seeing brands come back, seeing new stuff like Torque magazine.
Do they have a secret on a new supply chain?
Yeah, anybody that has some inside information on a supply chain
If
right
anybody
now,
has an inside line on parts, like, give us a holler.
hook a brother up is what she's saying.
Damn.
All right, also in from the CycleSource news blog, Tucker Powersports to acquire Kiriakin. Fort Worth, Texas, September 7th was announced. Tucker Powersports, leading distributor of powersport products for the motorcycle, ATV, UTV, snowmobiles, personal watercraft, as well as a range of electric bikes and scooters, announced today that it's acquiring Kiriakin Holdings. Kiriakin's a long-term company. I mean, it makes sense. You know, Kiriakin has fielded quite a few serial numbers, and it's good to see the Tuckers lending a hand to keep that thing going. So before Steve, Heather says the Sportster's quiet. Here we go. See, that's how it starts.
It is very quiet. I almost thought,
Wow.
like, before you said there's a Sportster, I almost thought it was one of the electric bikes.
Yep.
I was like, really?
And then she said, wait till Toast gets a hold of that. Toast and Stevenson.
Oh, there. I said
Right?
somebody's already working on an exhaust.
Yep.
One, so
So this goes in the file of total ripoff.
Loser.
From the Chronicle, horses, motorcycles, and ATVs to face off in Oakville event.
So wait a minute. I have to say this event actually happened yesterday, but I was so excited when I saw that somebody else was doing it that I had to share it, and they use it as a fundraiser.
We were robbed. How could you be excited? We're robbed.
I mean, if we were mad every time somebody stole one of your ideas, we would just
You're
spend
not
our lives
kidding.
pissed
It
off.
was,
Like,
listen,
seriously.
it wasn't my idea anyway, but who would win a race on a traditional equestrian course, horse or vehicles? This weekend, Oakville, all are welcome to find out at the Oakville Regional Event Center's Hooves versus Wheels event. So the joke that we're making is in Sturgis every year for quite a long time we've done horse versus motorcycle, and it's just good to see that kind of thing that kind of craziness is encouraged everywhere is all.
I think we may have to revisit that because we've taken 2 years off from going out to the ranch and doing that.
it was always so much fun too.
Yes, it was.
But it was always an awesome day. But one of the problems is, and I'm going to speak freely, is most people wouldn't sack up and do it. Like Chris and I were the first ones out
Son
there
of a
getting
biscuit
dragged
eater.
behind a horse.
She said,
Well,
sack
everybody's
up.
like, "That's awesome!" Like, okay, so go do it.
Okay, so this coming in from motocross action, and then we're going to get to our first guest and settle some of you guys down. Breaking news, Team USA withdraws from 2021 Motocross of Nations. Another victim of the COVID pandemic. Sadly, the United States will not be represented in the 2021 Motocross of Nations race coming up on September 25th and 26th in Mantova, Italy. COVID-19 restrictions have continued to challenge international travel, and it's no small feat to bring a team of Americans to, you're not kidding, to Europe for this event. With every day passing, the team wasn't announced. It's been easier to predict that the AMA wouldn't be sending a squad overseas. Now with the race only weeks away, it's official that Eli Tomac, Chase Sexton, Justin Barcia, and other American candidates won't be making the trek. Read below for more official release of the AMA. You can check that out at motocrossaction.com.
How many of them countries just went?
Well,
Wow!
it just sucks. It sucks that we're losing so much. We got one. Wait, one more thing. I gotta congratulate everybody that embarked on the motorcycle cannonball. It's underway right now. September 10th, they got off and running. 17-day, Heather, is it? 17-day
Yes,
cross-country
like over
event.
3,000 miles.
And there's already been a mad amount of late-night drama going on. So if you guys are hip to this at all, you definitely want to check it out. 100-year-old motorcycles making a cross-country challenge. Pretty cool.
I don't know if they've put a name out there yet or not, but I do know somebody went down today. I'm not going to say the name again. I don't know if it's public knowledge, but our prayers go out to
Absolutely.
him, and we hope he has a speedy recovery. From what I understand, it was a pretty significant
Yep.
accident, so
Yeah.
prayers
And
to
we
him
don't
and
even-
his family.
Won't even want to say anything more about the accident. It's never good when somebody goes down, but especially like from the reports that we got.
Yeah.
Oh, Nussbaum comes in with Todd Cameron is leading.
When I looked earlier,
Go,
Todd
Todd.
Cameron was first, and our buddy Dave Courier was second.
Was he the first one to
Go
get the Rip
Dave.
Rap Roadhouse?
No, Pat Patterson was.
I was going to say,
Jody,
there's no way
Tony-
he beat Pat.
Yep.
Tony Tello Jody, I think when I looked this afternoon before they finished today, she was in 34th place.
Yeah. Yep.
But you can find all of that on motorcyclecannonball.com. They're posting daily updates with the scoring. So
And as always, go Team Banks.
go
What's
Team
up?
Banks.
All right, man. So listen, we're going to get to our first guest tonight. You guys might remember that before Sturgis, we were announcing the Golden Chopper giveaway that was out of the result of Charlie Brechtel being taken from us in the middle of finishing his second movie. The Golden Chopper was supposed to be part of the movie that throughout the movie you would have got clues and somebody was going to end up winning that bike. Well, all of his friends and the supporters of it, SNS and Paco and Denver's and especially Dennis Sanfilippo, all got together and decided to memorialize Charlie by letting everyone have a chance at that bike for $20 a ticket, and all the proceeds went to the Sturgis Hall of Fame and Motorcycle Museum. Well, we were lucky enough to be involved with that on the stage at the Buffalo Chip the final Friday of Sturgis, and we gave the motorcycle away, and we have the winner here this evening. It's Avery Rick, and we're going to go to him for a quick interview on being the luckiest bastard on the planet.
Right.
Sure you're smiling. Sure you're smiling.
Fucking around.
Wait a minute.
Yep.
We lost it. Hang on.
Oh, there he is.
Avery, you here with us?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right.
Look at that motorcycle. Is that your
Look
living
at the
room?
smile. Screw the motorcycle.
Yeah,
Look at that smile.
So I got to tell you, man, as we're doing because we use one of those automated programs to pull the winner, we're all sitting there going, God, I hope whoever wins this thing, it's not going to be like a sweeper who's just going to end up, the worst thing that you want to see is the next week somebody's selling that motorcycle, and from everybody, because you must know everybody on the friggin' planet, because as soon as your name was announced, I started getting calls from Milwaukee Mike and all over the country, guys that knew you, and they were like, it couldn't have happened to a better cat. And obviously you're a man of few words.
What's that?
I said, obviously you're a man of few words.
Yeah. I was in disbelief when I heard my name, got the phone call, and she said that you won the Panhead, and I'm like, what Panhead, took a minute for it to sink in.
And you literally had just bought the tickets the day before.
The Wednesday before, actually.
No shit.
That's crazy.
The Wednesday before, yeah.
So I'll be honest with you.
I looked at my bank account. I have barely enough money to buy the tickets, to be honest with you.
Dude, that's so great.
Made it happen,
Yeah, that makes it
That's
even better.
Awesome. That makes it even better. So I have to be honest, your name came up, and with social media now, the first thing I did was go to Facebook and look your name up. And there you were holding a Panhead motor. And I was like, I am so glad this kid won. For me right there, I was like, this is the kid that actually deserves this bike.
Absolutely.
It made me feel so much better that and I hate to say it this way, but one of us, I guess, got it.
Yeah, she's in good hands.
Have you ridden it yet?
No, I have not. I picked it up down in Davenport, and I think that the battery has been dead from being in the museum for I don't even know how long, but I know it's been sitting a little while. Yeah. And with everything going on right now, I really haven't had time to look into it. So I gotta get on that in the next week or two here, but she will be ridden this year before winter.
That's awesome.
Well, you got a big fan club that's watching you tonight, but we have a question in from Mike Draco, and Heather, you can answer this. How much money was raised with the Golden Chopper?
Just shy of $13,000 was donated to the Sturgis Motorcycle Museum and Hall of Fame through that raffle.
The important thing to say about that is 100% of that money went to the Sturgis Hall of Fame. Not a single dollar went anywhere else, and it all went in Charlie's honor. So that was to memorialize Charlie. A lot of us knew Good Time Charlie Brechtel from the Bikers Inner Circle radio show. He was doing internet radio before anybody knew how this whole social media thing was going to go, and man, he left a big hole here. But
yeah, he did.
I think he'd be proud as hell right now too, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. No, again, thanks to social media, I'll be honest, I Facebook stalked Avery a little bit, and I saw something, High Roller Cycles. Is that a new endeavor for you?
Yes, it is.
So tell us a little bit about that.
So I've always grown up around motorcycles, that's the only thing I've really ever known. My parents, they've had knuckleheads, panheads, whatever. and that's all I've really ever known. So I figured that's the only thing that really makes me happy, and we're gonna go for it, you know.
Right on. Now that's Milwaukee Mike was telling me that you come from good stock. Talk about coming up around motorcycles, because that was something we heard about you right off the bat.
Coming up around motorcycles taught me in this day and age a lot about, you know, the way it should be with people and whatnot, and just being around good people, good honest people.
Right on. Right on.
So now with high roller cycles,
I'm sorry, what's that?
No, that's right. I was going to ask, is your intention to build motorcycles for people, or what's going to be your main focus with high rollers?
Yeah, pretty much building motorcycles, whether it's old school choppers or, you know, if somebody wants a street glide or whatever, you know.
Oh, this is super cool. Sasha Cycles from Sturgis put a comment up on behalf of the museum. Thank you all for helping us raise this money. And that's, you know, here's something that I said from the stage, and I want you guys to all think about this. For scooter tramps and chopper jockeys, the Sturgis Hall of Fame and Museum, that's our Hall of Fame. There's very little chance that dirty old chopper trash is ever going to get into the AMA Hall of Fame and Museum. You know what I mean?
As much of a shame as that is.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But this is our Hall of Fame.
Right.
You know what I mean? So anything that you can do to support that. I mean, if it's as simple as stopping by Doran Sturgis, you know, throw a couple bucks in the bucket, man, and
take
help
a tour.
That. Yeah.
Like go through the museum, grab a T-shirt, anything.
So Avery, when you first heard about this, was it did you think it was bullshit? Because if somebody told me that I won this chopper, I'd be like, yeah, okay. You would need my social security number, my credit card, right?
So I was actually at a car show, and I got a call from Sturgis, South Dakota, and I was like, I really don't know if I should answer this. And my buddy, you know, he was saying something about some women calling me or something. I was like, yeah, I highly doubt that. And I answered the phone because I knew it was a rally week. You know, I didn't know if it would be one of the old timers that doesn't have a phone calling me to overnight them parts or something. So I answer the phone and I throw it on speakerphone, and it's a woman's voice coming off the phone, you know, and he starts laughing. And she says, "Is this Avery Rick?" You know, and I was just, you know, like, what are you, a cop or something? You know? And yeah, she said, "You won the Panhead." So.
Well, you said it wouldn't be a girl calling you now. Maybe since you have that Panhead,
right?
Yeah, things may be turning around. It's a good chance. It's amazing what long bikes can do for you.
So is this your first?
Love cruisers on long cruisers.
That's it. Is this your first long bike?
No.
No.
No, I used to have a '63 Panhead. That was, I don't know, 14 over or something.
Right on. Man, I love that motorcycle. I love that motorcycle.
I've had so many. It's you know,
You've
a lot
had...
of long ones, a couple short ones.
Wait a minute. How old are you?
I'm 23 years old.
And you've had so many already?
Yes, sir.
See, that's just proof, Mark. I was brought up wrong. I was brought up wrong.
I don't know. Christ, between your garage and mine, we can open up a dealership.
All right. Yeah. Well, cool, man.
Your parents did something right. That's for damn sure.
Listen, tell everybody where they can keep up with you and get to see video from the first time that you're riding that bike and everything.
I'm on Instagram, High Roller Cycles, and same as Facebook.
Well, we're going to put links up for you guys so you can check them out. All the good stuff that Avery is going to be doing with that beautiful chopper. And we appreciate it, man. Thank you so much for supporting the raffle and, you know, in Charlie's memory and everything. And I hope you have a long, crazy life with that motorcycle.
Yeah, and keep us posted on what you're building. We want to see some of what's coming out of High Rollers for sure.
All right. Sounds good. I will do that. Thank you for having me.
All right, buddy. We'll talk to you soon.
All right.
Hey, that's right. Like that's what you want to see. You know, when you do one of these things, you want to see somebody that like that kid obviously lives at 23 years old, and he's already like, yeah, I've had a bunch of bikes, dude.
Like, seriously? Panheads, knuckleheads? Yeah, I had a 63 panhead. He's 23.
Oh, God.
That's awesome.
Hey,
though.
listen, his old man got to be proud as hell. That's all I can say.
Right?
Probably can't wait to go for a ride on that bike.
Right?
I think that might be his old man's living room.
All right, man. Well, listen, I'm going to remind you guys again, you're watching Shop Talk. We do this every Sunday, 9 p.m. Eastern. We have another guest coming up, but real quick, we're going to go to some new products and then take a quick commercial break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with you. Hey man, this is Chris with Cycle Source Magazine Grease and Gears Garage, and we're back in the shop for Product Spotlight. Today's Product Spotlight is on the Performance Machine Contrast Cut FLH fork lowers. Now, pulling these right out of the box as you'd expect from Performance Machine, always a quality product. These fork lowers are for dual disc brakes. They come complete with the fender mounts, made from heat-treated billet aluminum, machined with their contrast cut design and the Performance Machine logo. They come complete with all of the hardware and the axle that you need to install them, including this nifty little axle plate that gives you the hidden axle look. So check these out today at DennisKirk.com. They come in at a retail price of $6.99. This is Chris with the Grease and Gears Garage New Product Spotlight.
Everything we do at the track shapes what we build for the street and the dirt.
You can see how bad these guys want it. A race to the line.
For us, racing is not for the trophies or the glory. We compete because it makes everything we do faster, more durable, and tested to a higher standard. For S&S, racing is the ultimate in proven performance, and we've been proving it since 1958.
Have you built a bike you'd like to show off? Would you like it showcased on an awesome website and have a shot at some sick prizes? Then Garage Build wants to see your ride. It's super easy. Just go to garagebuild.com, enter your information, and share your stories. Don't forget to upload your photos and videos and tell us what it took to build your ride. Your build could be featured on our Facebook page and our Instagram page, and some might even make it into Cycle Source magazine. Everyone that submits a build will receive a free Garage Build hat and a chance at a $250 Dennis Kirk gift card. After you've entered your build, support your fellow builders by rating and commenting on your favorite bikes. If you're not a builder and you still want to participate in the action, go to view the builds on Garage Build's site. Let the owners know what you think of their unique rides by rating and commenting. Enter your email address for a chance to win a $100 Dennis Kirk gift card. Don't forget to follow Garage Build on Facebook and Instagram. You just might see your ride featured. There's going to be 2 contests per year. So head over to DennisKirksGarageBuild.com now for your chance to win. I'm Dylan with Dennis Kirk. We'll see you guys next time.
We're the Law Tigers, America's motorcycle lawyers. We understand the challenges riders face every day. As riders, we want to share the road and be seen by motorists. Remaining visible is critical to our safety and well-being. That's why we work tirelessly to promote motorcycle safety and awareness. We're proud to support our community that includes riders of all stripes. If you've been injured in a motorcycle accident, call 1-800-LAW-TIGERS or visit lawtigers.com. The Law Tigers, America's motorcycle lawyers.
Okay, welcome back to Dennis Kirk Studio. I'm Chris Callen, your host tonight on Shop Talk, joined by the crew.
Hey.
Where do I go from there, Mark?
Down.
Right?
Oh.
So, listen, in the comments, I see Anthony Robinson congratulating Brenda and Jack DeGazio. I want to send that out as well. They took the big freestyle win in the $1,000 check today at the IMS in Carlisle. Also, our very own Mr. Tom Kiefer took 2 awards, 2 classes.
No.
And that was $500 a piece. But I for sure want to mention one of our main brothers out there, Johnny Humphries, Johnny99. You guys can follow him. He took the runner-up in freestyle, and Johnny's been killing it for years, man.
He does some good shit.
Love
and
those
he's
bikes.
such a good guy.
Yes, he
like
is.
he and his wife, like good people.
Yeah,
Dude, and
he'll be another Glory Days guy. He'll be a Glory Days.
The best thing was, like, you know, after they did the trophies and stuff, Johnny hops on his bike and then hauls ass out of the place on the show bike.
Yeah.
You know, like that's what I love. So good
Johnny's
for all you
coming to
guys.
Glory Days. Johnny, you need a place to crash? You can crash with us.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think Evan
Let me know.
Favaro is going to
We're
be
not
at
too
Glory
far.
Days.
Evan Favaro.
Oh, we just need to have the whole weekend here.
I told you.
All
We
right.
gotta get
Barbecue
the fire.
at the Callens.
Get the fire pit going. All right, man. So listen, I'm going to turn this over to Heather for an introduction. But, you know, it's not very often that I get caught with someone in our local hometown area that has mad skills. And this cat seemed to come out of nowhere. Like, one time he just sent us a message, was like, hey, by the way, I'm over here, right? I'm doing this.
Not quite.
Huh?
Nice try.
Well, how did you...
We're gonna go with it.
Actually, we met him through Shop Talk.
So you were Facebook stalking again, is what you're telling me.
No, actually.
Do I got to start worrying about you with this shit?
Would you shut your pile for a minute?
I hope your mother's watching tonight. That's all I got to say.
Maybe you're right here.
Huh? Right?
She's defending herself.
So, no, actually, he was watching Shop Talk, I think, when we had Loctite on. And
Okay.
he was commenting back and forth, and I saw Steel City Blacksmithing, and it was around the time you were needing to twist some metal.
Okay.
So I just asked him, like, hey, where are you from? He's like, I just moved down the road from Rock Airport. I was like, oh, you have to meet my husband. So we met him through Shop Talk.
But you admit it, you were Facebook stalking.
So the answer to the question is
No,
yes.
no.
Right?
It's not like I, Googled him and sought him out.
Google me, bitch.
Googly bitch.
Your mom is sticking up for you now. How sad is that, Heather? Stop.
Yes,
stop
Lindsay,
picking
it's
on me.
market research. Thank you.
Well, if that's what they're calling it these days.
All right. Well, listen.
But
we have,
what a great connection for you, perfect kid
I
for
know.
you to know.
I
You're
know.
welcome.
And dude, he's badass
welcome.
too. He's badass.
Mhm.
Like, he was here the other day for a little bit, talking with us, and Jesus, the amount of information that cat has. And there's another young guy that's like, how did this happen? How did I end up so old before I got some cool stuff?
His name is Josh Boggs. He is the owner and craftsman at Steel City Blacksmithing. He stopped by the house the other day to pick something up. And again, we've talked to him, Chris has talked to him through text message. I have too, but I had never actually seen him. He pulls up, I'm like, where's your dad?
Yeah, see, we're getting old. Let's go to the interview. I hate admitting that I'm getting old. Killing me, man. Killing me. Just killing me. Josh, what's going on, man?
Hey, what's up, man?
So, dude, seriously, listen, not blowing sunshine. The other day when you were here, like, he talks about stuff, Mark, the way that Will Ramsey does. You know what I mean? Like, he's trying to explain to me, like, on a molecular level, what happens with metal at different temperatures, and I'm like, you're wasting all this good knowledge on this conversation.
Can you fix it or can't you?
So
I know how that feels. Oh my God.
How did you get started? How did you get started? Talk about that with us.
Well, it's kind of funny. I bought back in July 2019. I seen a post on Instagram for a couple thousand iron head parts. So I ended up making him one offer I would have never thought he would have taken, and he took it. So I started selling all these iron head parts, and I noticed everything that was twisted, like the old school chrome twisted, like a lot of highway bars. I had a twisted sissy bar. As soon as I posted it, everybody loved it. Everybody wanted it. And like, I've always done metal fab and welding and cars and Jeeps. And I was like, I could buy a torch and do like all this. So that's how it all happened. I just got a torch, started twisting square stock. I did it the old school way. I'd weld it to my welding table and just heat it up and go to town. And kind of snowballed, got out of hand pretty quick. But
So you never even apprenticed with anybody? You just taught yourself?
100%.
Wow.
That's
That's
awesome.
impressive.
The first time I ever twisted something was like October or November 2019, so I really haven't been doing it that long. And then I got into smithing because I wanted to twist some 1-inch square stock. And everybody's like, oh, you can't do it. You need 2 torches, you need 3 guys, you need it's a lot more involved. And I was like, well, I'm a one-man shop, so I'm going to figure it out. So I got a forge and started going to town.
Oh, dude, let's talk about this frame here. So, saying that you taught yourself twisting and that you're doing some parts and stuff, like doing an entire frame is a completely different thing. You know, what was your history in motorcycling before this? Because that's a tall order. You know, fabricating a frame, that's where you really start getting. I mean, you're literally holding somebody's life in your hands, so you want to kind of be serious about that.
Well, I actually didn't fabricate the frame. I can't own up to that. I twisted the parts, I put the bends in them, and I shipped them off to him. He welded them in. But I've kind of been into motorcycles kind of all my life. I grew up riding on my dad's gas tank on his dirt bike, like when I was 3. And then that snowballed into motocross and quads. And then I got sport bikes. Got out of it for a little while when I was in college. I went to PSI. It's like MMI in Ohio. And
dude,
then I ended up buying my first Harley in 2017. Yeah, I bought a Sportster and kind of just fell into it. Love it. Can't get out of it.
Mark, you see that brass stuff?
Oh yeah.
So this is funny because he showed me a picture of this the other day, and he told me he was going to stop making these because they were. It's such a small window that you have. How did you tell me that? It's such a small window between when it's good enough to bend and when it just turns to shit.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah, you either get it too hot and then it just melts, and then it'll melt into a puddle, or it'll get too cold and either the corners will crack, and then they're foot pegs, so you got somebody's life in your hands. You can't really have a crack or a hairline fracture, or it'll even just like split apart like completely.
Yeah, brass will shatter. Yeah, brass will.
Yep, it grains right apart.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, that just goes to show what the talent level is on top of what the cost of them are. So it sort of works out for you.
Well,
Yeah.
and like your creativity for thinking outside of the box, because I think you have a picture, and I'm sorry to do this to you, of a sissy bar he made that has like some shot glasses in it, and I think a bottle of whiskey.
Yeah, this is bitchin'. So this was actually for a special project, though. You can go ahead and tell everybody about that.
Yeah, that's the motorcycle art extravaganza. 812 Inc. from New Jersey put that on. And he sent out 30 of those sissy bars. There's a steel backing plate behind all the wood. And sent it to a bunch of painters, pinstripers, airbrushers. A lot of talented guys. Paul Cox got one. I believe Darren McKeague got one. A lot of talent. I think I'm the only blacksmith. There's a couple other metal workers, but I think I was the only one forging, so I kind of had to up my game, and I didn't want to just throw stuff at it and call it art. I wanted to do like the functional art, and I figured a bottle of bourbon hanging on somebody's man cave wall or shop wall, it'd be kind of cool, so just went for it.
Very cool.
So one of the comments that we have up here from Ashley Woodford is that it's a dying art. Glad a younger person is doing it and keeping it alive. Do you meet many other people? Are you connected with other people that are doing this, that you can see more younger people getting into it, or what's your perspective?
Honestly, no. And everybody I talk to is like, oh, nobody does that anymore. And it's kind of disappointing, I want more people to do it, and I always invite people over to my shop, like, I got a bunch of material. Come over. It's cheap, free, easy, fun. I mean, it's not easy. You're swinging a hammer, beating on steel, but a lot of people, as soon as they try it, they love it.
Yeah.
I just want everybody to come try it. It's a blast.
So here's the good news, because so many people are making comments about the foot pegs. Like, the good news is Josh makes these all the time. They're super quick and easy. He always has them in stock. So you guys are in. He's gonna kill me for saying that.
Yeah, really? Stock. I don't know about that, but I do a good bit of them, and I mean they turn out really cool. The brass, I wish it was not such a task to twist, because it turns out awesome.
Yeah, they're beautiful.
And I even antiqued a couple, and that turns out really cool too, antique.
Well,
So-
and you're taking us to another level, because any of us who remember doing stuff like this back in the day, it was you did it with any piece of metal you could, and I had told you we did some with railroad spikes that we kind of hammer forged the end of them to turn them into clevises, but you actually have some really high quality clevises that go on this and stuff too.
Yeah, those clevises, I get two different styles. I think those ones in that picture are from Ricky Bongos or USA Parts Co. And those ones are definitely Ricky Bongos. And I also get some from Deep Six Cycles up north. He's a great guy there. Similar, but they're different. It's definitely, you probably shouldn't do it, mix blacksmithing and machining, because I machine those in my lathe. And they're two opposite ends of the spectrum, and it probably shouldn't be done, but I definitely enjoy the challenge. So.
We have a couple more comments up here too. Daniel Lopez Jr. says, "Josh B, you're kicking ass, young man." And Greg White says, "Any chance he would make a set of pegs in stainless steel?" So I think you got a job offer on the table.
Yeah, the picture that you've been shown of the chrome looking ones, that's actually polished stainless steel. That's 304 stainless.
Wow.
So
Chris,
yeah, I dropped you two links. One is to pictures of the hatchet that Josh made for us.
Yeah, I actually have the hatchet up here.
Yeah.
I have the hatchet. This was, dude, the guy that won this was over the moon too.
I think he may have called you. He asked me for your number like 100 times. And
yeah,
then
he reached out right after. It was pretty cool.
Good. And I know about 75 people tried stealing it within an hour of me putting it on the table.
Oh, dude, we literally legitimately had cash offers. Like, people were up at the prize thing, and they were like, "Dude, how much for that?" And we're like, "Look, it's not for sale. It's one of the prizes of the bike show. Put your bike in the show." "Oh, come on, man. I just want to buy it. Let me just buy it." And I'm like,
so you're saying next year you have to go with like 10 of them? Yeah. Is that what you're saying?
No kidding.
Yeah, seriously.
He should. You should be in Sturgis with some of this stuff, man.
Man, I'm honestly honored. I'm blown away by that. Because I'm still so fresh, I still just think I'm just a kid with a hammer.
Well, you just keep that thought, because that thought's going to keep you creating, and don't
stay hungry.
Yeah,
stay hungry.
Stay thinking. Stay working. It's going to make a big difference.
Of course.
Yeah,
thank you.
When you look at his page, it's not just like the sissy bars and the motorcycle parts that he builds. It's, the 3-pound sledge with the twisted handle, and it just goes on and on. Like I said, he's doing so much other stuff.
Yeah, the hammer.
Like that hammer's
badass.
killer.
Yeah, that's another stainless handle. That's 304 stainless. I believe that's 1/2-inch square stock that I twist, and then I silicone bronze braze it to the head, and then I hand polish it all in house.
That's awesome. I love that piece.
Yeah, buddy. So let's talk about the motorcycle that's the frame that's behind you. Is that the same frame, or is that a different one? And from
Yeah,
your
that's
picture.
the Indian Larry frame. I built the rear fork or swing arm, whatever you want to call it. I built that for it, and it's a customer frame, but I was lucky enough that he reached out, and he's like 90 minutes away somewhere in Ohio, and he asked me to twist him something, and I was very humbled to have my work next to Indian Larry frame. It's definitely an honor.
Yeah, right on. Yeah, and especially with the tradition of Larry's bikes and the twists and stuff, man, just to have a piece next to that's killer.
Yeah, I honestly can't believe it. I've stared at this frame for so long, just trying to figure out how he did it, how he put it together. And because I've twisted the heavy stuff, I can kind of have a first-hand respect for it. And I twisted 1.5 inch hex stock, and that was no joke. In square stock, there's a lot more material, so there's definitely a lot of force goes into that, I'm sure.
Yeah, we had a little run-in with the thick piece of metal twisting once. Also, it was
what was ours? 2 inch.
2 inch.
The seat tube.
Yeah, it was.
And we did a 2 inch solid piece, and Jesus, broke a 90-year-old vise.
Wow.
We got it though. It looked good when it was done. So.
Sure.
So Mark, I forgot to tell you about this.
Oh, boy.
When he was here the other day, I was explaining about the cold steel and the hot rolled steel.
Yeah.
And how much of a bitch it was to clean those spokes up to get them ready for chrome. You know what the key is?
Letting somebody else do it?
A vapor blaster.
Now that you know a guy that has one
I
of
know
those.
a guy, dude. VHT has hooked us up with the tool that we need for that.
There you go.
So,
Now-
and
now
I think
we know.
Josh said you've been sending yours out to get vapor honed, right, Josh?
I have, yeah. I mean, you can do it with the wire wheel, and I mean, hours.
Well, Josh, if you're real nice, I know a guy that has one of those machines. I could
told
probably
him.
get you his number.
I told him whatever he wants to work on, come over, because the honest to God, dude, like we did one of the most amazing things that I did with that vapor honer so far was we took a transmission and plugged up everything that could get water or anything from the outside and put the entire case with the lids and everything on it in the vapor honer machine, and when it came out it looked like it was a factory piece. And I mean, just that alone, fork legs and cases, it literally takes them back to a factory look. Like that thing is the baddest tool that I've ever seen.
That thing's nice.
Yeah, I've never honestly used one. I've never even looked at one, to be honest. But I mean, that even those 3 or 4 stainless pegs that I make, I think he does a double pass. He does like 80 grit first and then 400 grit. Don't quote me on that. I could be wrong.
Yeah.
But I literally pulled out from him, and I use a 400 grit greaseless compound on a cloth buff. I run the 400 grit over it a couple times, and then just a black magic rogue from Casewell, and I mean, they polish up beautiful. So the vapor honing, I mean, it saves me so much time. It's ridiculous.
Oh, see, there he goes with all those numbers and stuff again.
I know, I almost had to lay down. I heard crickets when he started talking. I was hearing crickets. I thought my phone was ringing.
See, this is what happens when you get old, Josh. You can't. It's called CRS. Can't remember shit.
Yeah.
You can't. I have to write all that shit down.
This is nice, because anytime you ever say, "Hey, we got to do this," I'm going to say, "Did you just say call Josh?"
Dude, listen, I was already on. I'm like, hey, so let's talk about these spokes, man. What's up?
He's like, can you teach an old guy some new tricks?
Oh God.
I don't know. Just like for him, it's sort of funny because just like what you were saying, everything we've ever wanted to do, we just did exactly what you said. We just did it.
Yep.
Gave it a shot. If it messed up, you find a way to do it the right way. You just practice made perfect, and yeah, it's amazing how far you can go like that.
That's where choppers came from, baby.
Yeah, because between the two of us, if we couldn't even spell the word education, let alone have an education, so.
Oh God. Well, listen, tell everybody where they can see more of your stuff, because we're going to be doing some stuff. Actually, I'm going to announce this to everybody too. We're going to be going into Rob Rob. I'm reading Rob Nussbaum's comments about old guys. We're going to be going into Josh's shop and doing a Grease and Gears garage. You guys know when we do the feature segments on a builder, and we're going to do some stuff with them, especially because you're so close. But tell everybody until we get out there with you where they can keep an eye on the stuff that you're doing and possibly order some stuff. He comes out with stuff in batches, and when it's out there, you want to grab some of this stuff up quick.
Yeah, I've been doing the small batch runs of things. It's horrible because like I'm a one-man shop. I work full-time. I got 3 kids, 3, 2, and 1 right now, so they're all young. So I do this kind of at night, and I don't sleep much. So I hate telling people 8-week lead time. So I've been doing the small batch runs, and when I got them, they seem to go quick. But I'm Steel City Blacksmithing on Instagram, on Facebook, steelcityblacksmithing.com. You could email me, message me, whatever. I love talking to everybody, even if you don't want anything. I enjoy talking to people and meeting all these people that are doing cool stuff. So,
dude, and just the time that, you know, prepping for the show and everything, going over some of the stuff that you made, like it's worth taking a half an hour and browsing through this cat's stuff, because you're a super talented young man. I'm so glad that we met you.
I really appreciate that. You really don't know how much that means to me, you saying that. I definitely appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Well, and I know too, like, you know, those long hours in the shop, like when you're doing something, especially because that is a lonely art. You know what I mean? Like, you don't get a room full of people that want to hang out and drink beer while you're pounding on a piece of metal.
Yeah.
You know, so I know that like a little bit of encouragement goes a long way with that. And seriously, like you know, the comments that were up above about this is a dying art. We got to have some guys like you that are going to keep this stuff alive and keep going after this, because it's part of our heritage and our history for choppers too.
Of course. Yeah, I mean, and you could really get into blacksmithing, I mean, pretty cheap. Like a hard piece of steel and a claw hammer. Like you could throw steel in a fire, and if it'll get hot enough eventually.
Well,
have you tried your hand at bladesmithing yet? I know you make the hatchets and whatnot, but have you done any knives?
I've forged one knife and I've sharpened another knife. Those guys I have a whole, insane amount of respect for. That's a whole different animal. I could definitely forge it, but grinding it, I mean, one wrong little tiny move and it completely destroys the bevel. So, I mean, those guys that's insane what they can do, and some of the amazing art pieces that they can turn into a usable knife. I've definitely tried it, but I'm not very good at the grinding part.
Well, I'll tell you what, later on when my wife is not listening, I want to have a conversation with you about how we get into a cheap at-home forge.
you have a fire pit outside.
I want it to be a little fancier than the fire pit.
Yeah, there's definitely a couple options out there. You could get into a cool forge pretty cheap. I've seen guys use a drum brake, and I think you can use a blow dryer.
No shit.
Leaf blower, it can be done.
I like how he thinks.
Of course you do.
Till the house catches on fire,
right?
Of course.
Yeah, that's you son of a bitch.
That damn Josh.
Son of a biscuit eater.
So we got a couple more comments. Greg White said if he keeps doing stuff like that, it'll be full-time job soon. Anthony Robinson said you're a breath of fresh air, Josh. Great art you have there. Have Josh make one for you, somebody says. Make me a forge.
Is that a relative, Josh? Scott Boggs, is that a relative of yours?
Yeah, Scott Boggs is my dad.
Oh, right on.
Oh, so he's pitching the business on the backside.
That's the hey.
Good job, Dad. Good job. No, seriously, Josh is a great young man, and we're thrilled to know him.
Yeah, you're going to see a lot more stuff with us over there with him.
You know, and the funny part is knowing, what goes into all this stuff, history from me and Chris and a lot of you guys out there. We never slept. We didn't sleep for years, and that's what put us in the positions we're in. And hopefully for you, Josh, that'll make the difference. I mean, not saying, throw your whole life into it, but, you keep your head to the grindstone. You keep making some of this cool stuff. You're creating a name for yourself, and don't lose who you are.
Hey, listen, buddy, if there's any ounce of encouragement that I can give you here, when I held up that hatchet that you made in Sturgis, to take something to Sturgis in the middle of 600,000, 700,000 people that were there this year.
And not use the kill them?
No. And everybody at the place stopped and they were paying attention to what I had in my hand. That's something.
That's
you got something there.
Yeah, that's real big there.
And I'm honored. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate the words.
Yes, sir. Well, cool. Listen, man, thanks for coming on with us, and we look forward to seeing you again real soon.
Yeah, my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
All right, buddy.
Take care, Josh.
See ya.
Hey, man, this is Shop Talk, Sundays at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We go live with this show, and it's more like what we're doing here through the courtesy of the Dennis Kirk Motorcycle Studio. We try to bring you a little bit of two-wheel entertainment on your way back into the work week. I don't want to mention that, but tomorrow's Monday.
They're all Mondays.
Loser.
What do you got for us, Blondie?
I had sent you a link to the art extravaganza.
I have it up, actually. You want to look at that?
Yeah, it's pretty neat what some of these people did with these sissy bars.
Yeah, so this was the whole motorcycle art extravaganza that he was talking about, and all the different approaches that people took with this thing, whether it was leather work. I see that looks like what's his name? Steve Gibson. Right?
Air, oil, and lead.
Yep.
Oh, it is. Yep. Steve Gibson.
You can't miss his art, man. God, is that stuff beautiful.
I don't he's somebody that
That's
I
actually the Lemmy. That's the Lemmy bike. I'm a big fan of the bike even.
Yeah.
But yeah, all the different stuff. If you guys want to go check them out on Instagram, motorcycle_art_extravaganza. You can see all the different sissy bars that were made for this.
Yeah, some cool shit.
Yeah, buddy. All right, so I think that's going to wrap it up for us for another week with you guys. We appreciate you sharing your headspace with us and a little bit of time here with Shop Talk. Remember to do us the favor, help get this show out further all the time by hitting the like and share button. Tell your friends and neighbors that every Sunday there's an opportunity to have some motorcycle entertainment. You can even watch this on your television. If you have a Roku or smart device, just hit the old YouTube channel, search for Cycle Source, and you can watch Shop Talk live on your TV in your living room or your shop like we do.
No, unless you don't want us in your living room, of course.
Right?
Or you can listen to it in podcast form.
Well, now it just sounds like a pitch. Now it's like we're saying, please watch the show. But no, seriously.
I spent hours in front of my stupid computer posting those damn things. Go listen to them.
So listen, if you guys are looking for up to the moment motorcycle news and information, head over to cyclesource.com. You can see all the news, everything that we push through all of our social media and on the show is all arranged nicely for you there.
You can actually show them a couple of the. Can you take a minute and show them a couple of the other features, like how they could submit their reader's ride to get on the website?
Just tell me. You're running this piece.
Well, hey, like they can submit events.
Yeah, look, you can put your own readers' rides in. We have tons of readers' rides all the time.
Shop dogs.
The Shop Dog. Where's the Shop Dog thing, Heather?
And Shop Dog isn't up there. That's just a social media thing. But send me your Shop Dogs. I love seeing your puppies.
Me too.
But if you go to the Contact Us button, Chris, they can submit a feature bike there. They could submit
about
a change of
address. Help me out. I don't know where I'm at.
Top row, top menu bar.
Contact us.
There you go.
Change of address, submit a feature bike, advertising information.
Did you guys do the Multiplicity thing this weekend by chance? Because I think number 4 is here.
I don't understand. What's going on? What is this? Is this a website?
I like pizza.
But there's also a submit an event. So if you know of any cool events going around by you, drop us a line there. Send me as much information as you can, and we'll throw them up on the calendar.
Yeah, it actually comes up pretty cool, too, whenever we have some posted.
Yeah, I know.
Fail. Comes up like this.
There you go.
You get all the information you need. Yeah, and our Instagram and everything's up there. So check it out, man. Spend some time. Heather works very hard on that. There, I'm giving you some credit. See that?
Thanks.
All right, man.
That'll be enough.
What's the place to share bikes and events? Cool. CycleSource.com, man. Go over and,
Under the
and check it
contact
out.
us button.
Yes, sir. All right. Good to see all you guys again. We'll catch up with you throughout the week. Look for our regular social media feed, and we will see you next Sunday when we come back. Same chopper time.
Same chopper channel.
Bye, Felicia.